For this G-perm, there are many different ways, many different algs and executions that I use, and there isn't really one that I use more than the other one. And so I'm going to do 3 different videos with the 3 separate algs and executions that I use for it. In the first video, I'm going to be talking about basically just the old-fashioned R2 U-wedge alg. And that one I do normally if I have the block on the front and the AUF is not this. Because in this case, I could just do the RUD alg and I wouldn't get an AUF. But if I get this, then I would just do this alg. If I get this, the same thing. However, if I would get this case, that's a different story. I would put it on the back and do the alg, which is going to be in the 3rd video, because it's a little faster than this alg. So, how does this work? For this one, I would just do an R2 at the beginning, and then a U-wedge, and continue like this. Now note that I'm going to rotate like this, and put the pair in with L moves. And that's contrary to what people normally do for 3x3, which would be a Y prime, and then put it in the pair like this. That's because for OH, it seems to be a little faster to do a Y move than a Y prime. Just because of the way it's done, it feels a little better and it's a little more efficient. So just go like this and put in the pair. Now the way I finger trick it, 2 R's like this, no double flick again because it would kind of wreck the fluidity of the U-edge and the moves coming afterwards. And then just do the wide U, R prime with my pinky, bringing it down here, and then I'll do a U like this, pulling from the front. The next move will be an R prime. I got my pinky already ready here. Now I brought my finger here when I did the U, so I can easily do a U prime like this. My finger's already here for the R, so I'll just flick like that with the pinky. Now I can use this finger and just push on both layers and do the wide U, wide U prime. Now I'll do R2 once again, just 2 single flicks, so that afterwards I can easily transition into this rotation. Now the way I do this rotation, I will just kind of tilt the cube and do a Z, and at the same time, I'm just going to move my index here, and then I'm going to slowly ease my thumb over to this center. And now my index finger here isn't quite placed yet, but I'm still able to do the U prime very quickly like this. And my index finger is right here, so I can just do the R with my pinky and bring it back like this. Okay, so this is what it looks like a little quicker. Oops, sorry, I'll do this again. Now the last move can be a little awkward. It just takes a lot of practice in order to master it and to not lock up.